Wall Street Memes Casino.
I'm fine.
And Sportsbook.
Andrew McCart, IFLTV, delighted as always to be joined by Mr. Adam Smith. Adam, you've just arrived, you're probably tired, and you're giving me 10 minutes, so I do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem at all. It's lovely to be here. I just can't believe the attention this is having. The billboards are unbelievable. The lasers,
How many
the
TVs
fantastic. Seeing Frank and Eddie's huge images. I mean, it's like Vegas times 3, isn't it? It's crazy.
And that's saying something, Adam.
It's crazy, isn't it? The whole sort of setup here. I mean, they are putting so much into this, which is it's fantastic, isn't it? And the fighters and the fans are, as I always say, the most important, and the winners. What a great setup on and lineup on Saturday night. Great the history, the rivalry, which obviously goes back to the days of Eddie's dad Barry, and yeah, some fantastic legacy and a lot of pride on the line on Saturday night between the two of them, and yeah, all is very, I guess, calm and fun, but on the night it'll be very competitive. They're both winners, and they'll both want to have the bragging rights come the early hours of Sunday morning.
I don't want you to break down every single fight, but I'm sure as a boxing man, Adam, you've looked at all these fights, these 50-50 fights up and down the card, and you're probably in your head you've picked a winner, or you may not have picked a winner, but in your head, right now, not go with your heart, go with your head, who's winning this? Is it Frank or is it Eddie?
I've seesawed a little bit. I'm not getting splinters here, but I thought Matchroom had the edge, but the more I sort of consider it, and I saw Zhilei Zhang at the hotel earlier, and I'm just not sure about that Zhang Wilder fight. I think that's the heavyweights are the most unknown, probably. They're all really, really good fights in their own right. Different weights, different styles, unbeaten records on the line, world titles. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic to see, and yeah, I think I'll probably swing from one way to the other again over the next 72 hours. But Zhilei Zhang on form, I mean, on the first sort of 6 rounds against Parker, should beat a very inactive Deontay Wilder, but Wilder can knock him out at any time, and Zhang fell asleep halfway through the Parker fight. So
does it come down to that? Does it come down to that fight, do you believe, Adam? Like, that's the last fight in the card. Do you think it comes down to the Zhang Wilder fight?
Possibly, although we were debating on the plane the Hrgović-Dubois fight much more, because they've sparred before. Hrgović said it was easy. Dubois obviously has come on leaps and bounds, has the experience of the Usyk fight, has the win over Jarrell Miller. There's a lot of confidence now with Don Charles. They believe they've got the style to give Hrgović all sorts of trouble, but they've got to get inside that big jab, and he's awkward, Hrgović, and he can punch. I thought Zhang was really unlucky not to beat him in Jeddah, and I think Hrgović just was not quite right that night. He went to walk about a little bit like Andrew Galotti used to back in the day. So Hrgović has got to be right on it. If he's right on it, Daniel's going to have a tough night, but Dubois is tough. So that's a really good fight. Both the heavyweight fights are very, very engaging. They're pick'ems, aren't they? And if you go up and down the card, and I probably fancy Craig Richards. I think maybe that's the one fight that I'm most confident about, although Willie Hutchins is a very good fighter.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is tough. And then you've got Nick Ball, Ray Ford. I saw Ray earlier with Brian Peters, very skillful. Nick Ball unlucky last time. He's a bundle of energy, and he's talented too. So that could be a win for Frank. Don't know. Don't know. And then Hamza Shiraz, the captain. So they've gone with him as the captain as double points, and he's one of the most impressive fighters I've seen in a long time come out of Britain. But I like Ammo Williams. I like both of them. I think if Hamza Shiraz knocks out Ammo Williams, then we've got a really, really serious player in Britain.
That middleweight division's wide open right now. I mean, there's not a household name. Charles moved up. The champions are beatable.
No. So it's a really important fight, this. And I think it's obviously the biggest test of Shiraz's career. But Ammo Williams can really fight. There's a couple of weaknesses I've seen in Ammo so far, so I may be leaning a little bit more to Shiraz, who possibly is. He's untested it maybe at this level, but the way he dealt with Liam Williams, and I like him a lot. I like Shiraz a lot. So Frank could have been very, very clever there with double points for the captain. And and they're banking on Wilder, aren't they, Matchroom? And
He's confident.
he is confident. I mean, I can't believe he's even. I mean, it's just so surreal. All of this is so surreal that he's even talking to Frank Warren, let alone having a competition against him, and they've spent so much time together in promotional terms. And then he's got Deontay Wilder not only as part of Matchroom's team, but captain. It's just all so bizarre if I go back 3-4 years and think where we were then.
It's mental. I'll get your thoughts on this if you ever envisioned this coming up. But I do want to get you were on the plane probably when this video came out and the phone call happened with Turki Alalshikh and Simon Jordan and Jim White on Talksport. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Have you seen any clips? But His Excellency Turki Alalshikh phoned into Talksport to have a chat with Simon Jordan and Jim White, and it seemed very, very pleasant. And if there was a hatchet to be buried, it seemed like the hatchet was buried, or he extended an olive branch at least to Simon Jordan. And yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you did, your thoughts?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm delighted that that's happened.
You invited them out.
That's great, and let's hope they come. I was with Jim and Simon 2 weeks in a row, actually, last Thursday and the week before. Yeah, I love Jim and Simon. It's great. They're such boxing fans. They're really passionate about this sport, and yeah, Simon obviously has his opinions and is very, very knowledgeable about boxing, and has had his relationship with Eddie as well, and with Frank. But Simon says what he believes in, and yeah, I can't wait to see that. I want to see that back. That sounds really good.
Well, the other news coming up today, and I'm pretty sure you don't need to know much about it, is the rematch is on. It seems 21st of December, Usyk and Tyson Fury 2.
A little bit later. A little bit later,
which is good. But I asked Frank Warren, because he said that took a lot out of both men, that fight there, and it was a battle of attrition in there at times. So it's only, what, December 21st, what we're talking 6 months. Do you believe that's enough for both men?
Same sort of date as when AJ fought Otto Wallin,
yes,
this time sort of last year, yeah, December last year.
You were there, weren't you?
I was there, yeah, I was there, and I really am excited about the rematch because Alexander Usyk won the first fight, but Tyson Fury had a huge part of it in the middle rounds. I just thought Usyk was very, very good at the beginning and very, very good at the end, and is rightfully the undisputed champion. And I think what he's done is one of the greatest achievements, certainly in my time in boxing, if not beyond that. Absolutely phenomenal, wonderful fighter, incredible that he's done it at cruiserweight and now at heavyweight. And Tyson Fury loses for the first time, and let's see what he can do in a rematch. He believed he won. I don't know if the pressure is off really, because he's said he's thought he won the fight, and he's got to go back in and prove that he can beat Alexander Usyk, and then maybe set up a trilogy. So I think there is pressure on Tyson Fury. With Alexander Usyk, he's done the impossible. When he fought Derek Chisora, people were saying, hey, he can't even go up and fight the big guys, and he's beaten AJ twice and he's beaten Tyson Fury once. So if he does it again, which he'll be favourite to do, but Tyson Fury goes back to the drawing board. If Tyson can get a better start, I mean, Alexander was so good at the beginning, you know, pinning the space, getting Tyson moving and doing what he didn't really want to do, and showboating as well. And I think that if Tyson had got his jab going, his powerful jab, like he did in sort of 4, 5, 6, 7, he started to unleash that right hand, and some of those body shots were great, but I just thought he didn't get quite a good enough start. And then of course round 9, and then it was very, very tough for him after that. So look, it was a great first fight. We want to see it again. I'm glad that it's a little bit later. I'm glad it's in December. As you said, it gives them a bit more time, because it was a blistering battle after all the hype, wasn't it? 25 years waiting for it, and you wondered if it would just be a hype and a chess match, and it wasn't. It was great. It was really good, and for the casual fans who come in and join us, it was brilliant that it was such a torrid battle. So yeah, Alexander Usyk wins the first one. Let's see what happens in the rematch. It's compelling.
I'll keep it short. 2 more questions if you don't mind, Adam, because I know you probably want to get back to your hotel because you've just landed and I'm jumped my camera in your face. So
I'd like to see His Excellency Turki and Simon Jordan's YouTube moments. I'd like to see that. So
I'm on YouTube, Talksport Boxing. I'll plug there. And one final one from me.
It's because I've been on the plane. I've been out the loop for the last 24 hours or so.
See what happens when you jump on a plane for 8 hours. Crazy, isn't it? All the news that breaks. Yeah, you know yourself. Usyk's going to go into this one as the heavy favourite now, because obviously what happened in the first fight. But we've seen Ali and Frazier. Ali beat him in the first fight, and Frazier beat Ali in the first fight, and Ali went on and beat him the 2 times. So even though you've beat a man, the rematch isn't so one-sided, so to speak.
Well, the big guy and the little guy, Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. First fight, Riddick Bowe, just a little bit too much for him, and I was there for the second fight, the infamous fan man night. And Evander Holyfield, when the fight was held up for, 20 odd minutes, Evander Holyfield came up down the stretch and proved his fitness. So, yeah, and then they went into a third fight.
Can you see a third fight?
Huh?
Can you see a third fight?
If Tyson Fury wins, yeah, I don't see why they shouldn't be. If it's another great fight, do it again. What about Fury AJ?
That's what I was going to say.
If Fury wins, you probably want to see Fury AJ before it goes forever. No, it's going to happen. Fury AJ will happen, but I think you could see a third fight potentially if it was as good as the first. Our rematch is as good. Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor's rematch was far better the second time around. Really enjoyed it in Leeds on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, and it was. I thought Jack won the fight, but it was close at times. I thought Josh was brilliant. I thought actually he was better than in the first fight, and Jack was better as well. So it was great. It was great, and they could do it again. And Jack might have other plans, but they could roll it back again a third time. And I would love to see it too. It's been busy in boxing. We had the GBM show on Friday at York Hall. It was good. It was really good. Great atmosphere and fantastic night. So yeah, Friday, then Leeds Saturday, and then over here, and yeah, some big stuff coming up. Savannah Marshall and MMA next week, which I can't wait to see. And then week after at Selhurst Park and Riatpur and Billum Smith. I saw Richard and Chris in the last couple of weeks, both of them. And yeah, there's lots going on. And yeah, in this world, obviously with their shows in August in America, and then September in London, and then coming back here. And yeah, it's just keep me busy.
Best spot in the world, Adam. Best spot in the world. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.